The Genpei War, the epic samurai conflict that shaped Japan. The Genpei War, 1180 to 1185, was a defining conflict in medieval Japan, fought between the powerful Taira and Minamoto clans. It marked the rise of the samurai as Japan's ruling warrior class and led to the establishment of the first shogunate. This war was not just a series of battles. It was a struggle for dominance, political power, and the future of Japan's governance. The conflict reshaped Japan's social and military structures forever. In the 12th century, Japan was under the rule of the imperial court in Kyoto, dominated by the Taira clan. The Taira had gained immense power, controlling the court and manipulating the young Emperor Antoku. However, their dominance created resentment among rival clans, particularly the Minamoto, who sought to reclaim their lost influence. As tensions escalated, Japan was on the brink of civil war, with the samurai class poised to take center stage. The war was ignited in 1180 when Prince Machihito, a rival claimant to the throne, called on the Minamoto clan to rise against the Taira. This declaration set off a chain reaction of uprisings and battles. Minamoto no Yoritomo, the ambitious leader of the Minamoto clan, rallied samurai from across Japan. His goal was not only to defeat the Taira, but to establish a new system of governance that would ensure samurai supremacy. One of the earliest and most significant battles of the war was the Battle of Uji in 1180. Taira forces pursued Prince Machihito, forcing him and his Minamoto allies to make a desperate stand at the Uji River near Kyoto. The Minamoto warriors, outnumbered and outmatched, attempted to defend the bridge, but the Taira overran their position. Prince Machihito was captured and executed, but the war had only just begun, with the Minamoto vowing revenge. Minamoto no Yoritomo, now the de facto leader of the rebellion, consolidated his power in the eastern provinces. He established his headquarters in Kamakura, a move that would later shape Japan's political landscape. His ability to unite samurai under his leadership strengthened the Minamoto cause. Meanwhile, his cousin Minamoto no Yashinaka waged his own battles in central Japan, further destabilizing the Taira's grip on power. By 1183, Minamoto forces began gaining the upper hand. Yashinaka led a daring assault on Kyoto, forcing the Taira to flee with the young Emperor Antoku. The Taira took the imperial regalia, symbols of imperial authority, as they retreated to their stronghold in western Japan. However, Yashinaka's brutal and reckless actions in Kyoto alienated both the court and his own allies, leading to internal conflict within the Minamoto ranks. Seeing Yashinaka as a liability, Yoritomo dispatched his half-brother Minamoto no Yoshitsune to eliminate him. In 1184, Yoshitsune crushed Yashinaka's forces at the Battle of Awazu. With this internal threat removed, Yoritomo was now the uncontested leader of the Minamoto and turned his full attention to destroying the Taira once and for all. The final battles of the war would determine Japan's fate. In early 1185, the decisive Battle of Dan-no-ura took place in the waters of the Shimonoseki Strait. The Minamoto navy, led by Yoshitsune, faced the Taira fleet in a fierce naval engagement. The battle was hard-fought, but the tide turned when key Taira allies defected, revealing the enemy's positions. The Minamoto exploited this advantage, decimating the Taira forces and forcing their remnants into the sea. Realizing defeat was inevitable, the Taira leaders, including Emperor Antoku's grandmother, made a fateful decision. Rather than be captured, they threw themselves into the water, taking the young emperor with them. With their deaths, the Taira's reign ended, and the imperial regalia was lost to the depths. This tragic conclusion marked the end of the Genpei War and the rise of the Minamoto's dominance. Following the war, Minamoto no Yoritomo solidified his power, and in 1192 was appointed Japan's first shogun. This marked the beginning of the Kamakura shogunate, shifting power from the imperial court to the samurai class. The shogunate system would last for centuries, fundamentally changing Japan's political and military landscape and establishing the samurai as the ruling elite. The Genpei War also left a lasting cultural impact. It inspired literary works like The Tale of the Hike, an epic chronicle that tells the story of the Taira's rise and fall. Samurai ideals such as loyalty, honor, and sacrifice were glorified through these stories, shaping the warrior code known as Bushido, which would define Japanese samurai culture for generations to come. Minamoto no Yoshitsune, despite his crucial role in the victory, met a tragic fate. His success and popularity made him a threat to Yoritomo, who saw him as a rival. Betrayed and hunted down, Yoshitsune was forced into exile and later took his own life. His story became legendary, symbolizing the harsh realities of power struggles within the samurai class. The Genpei War's legacy extended beyond the battlefield. It reinforced the idea that military strength, rather than noble birth, determined leadership in Japan. It also set a precedent for future conflicts, where samurai clans would rise and fall, each vying for supremacy. The war's lessons in strategy and loyalty influenced samurai warfare for centuries to come. As Japan transitioned into the era of samurai rule, the lessons of the Genpei War remained deeply ingrained in its history. The war demonstrated the effectiveness of strategic alliances, battlefield tactics, and the importance of centralized leadership. It also highlighted the fragility of power, as the once mighty Taira were completely annihilated within a few short years. The remnants of the Taira's legacy continued to haunt Japan's history. Legends arose that their spirits lingered, seeking vengeance for their downfall. Some believed that storms and natural disasters were caused by the restless souls of drowned Taira warriors. Such myths only added to the war's mystique, cementing its place in Japanese folklore. Even today, the Genpei War remains one of the most studied and dramatized conflicts in Japanese history. Its impact on Japan's social, political, and military systems cannot be overstated. It was a war that birthed a new era, one where the samurai would dictate the course of the nation for centuries to come. In the grand scope of world history, the Genpei War serves as a testament to the power of resilience and ambition. It was a battle of ideals, strategies, and unyielding will. From its blood-stained fields to the shifting tides of its naval battles, it encapsulated the essence of medieval warfare and the rise of one of history's most formidable warrior classes, the samurai.